Yes, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today's live stream. After much deliberation and zero people are watching us expectedly because it's Christmas and we are
Expectedly,
discussing.
yes.
Yes,
आर्यन से ये उम्मीद नहीं थी हमारी.
आर्यन से तो उम्मीद ही नहीं
आर्यन
रखते
वैसे भी
सर.
आर्यन अपेरेंटली होस्ट नहीं है, आर्यन का नेटवर्क भी नहीं है. लाइक चलो ठीक है. कोई
But
बात नहीं.
yes,
Sanjeet, we are counting on you.
यस.
संजीत का भी टफ है. आई नो ही इज बिजी. सो अपन अपन खुद ही बात कर रहे हैं आज पॉडकास्ट की
हाँ
तरह.
हाँ, ये
पॉडकास्ट की तरह
पॉडकास्ट
समझ
की
के
तरह ही
चलो.
चलो. हमारा एक्सपेक्टेशन वैसे भी लो रहता है.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, but yes, we have convened to talk about the talk of the town
टॉक ऑफ
recently.
द
I
टाउन.
mean, it will be the
Which
talk of the
town?
town, right? It's a Shah Rukh
Of
विच
Khan,
टाउन,
Laltu.
दैट्स
whatever
द
town,
क्वेश्चन.
India,
Laltu.
whatever.
It's the talk of Laltu.
Laltu, yes. Really, but it's a Shah Rukh Khan film. Shah Rukh Khan's making a film with Rajkumar Hirani, who we will discuss before we discuss Dunki because we are coming in from very different perspectives on his filmography. But regardless, I think we have a similar views on Dunki. So that whatever you want to make of
विच
that,
इज अ
you
डैम
can.
सरप्राइज टू बी ऑनेस्ट.
Why
Yeah.
you expected me to like it?
यस.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, fine. Anyways, so you have kind of
यूजुअली यू
I
आर
mean,
प्रेडिक्टेबल. यूजुअली आर प्रेडिक्टेबल. ठीक है. यू विल लाइक सम आर्ट फिल्म और
usually
सम
मैं
नॉनसेंस. हाँ, some nonsense like that
But
which
you
I
will
won't
also
like.
like Hirani.
But you will also like some bullshit Bollywood film altogether. And then you will be like, sir, drama hai. Like, okay,
कमिटमेंट
चलो
सर
ये शायद
कमिटमेंट
पसंद है.
डालो ना. Anyways, चलो ठीक है. So yeah, we are of course talking about Dunki starring Shah Rukh Khan, Taapsee Pannu, Baman
Vicky
Irani,
Kaushal, Paman
Vicky
Irani,
Kaushal in a special appearance, and
Vikram Kochar, Anil Grover,
Vikram Kochar and Anil Grover.
Anil Grover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to start with Dunki first. We'll start first with the thoughts on what do you guys think of Rajkumar Hirani's filmography? What do you guys think of? What's your favorite film out of his whatever 5 films he's made now? We're not counting Dunki, of course, before whatever he's made. So, and what are your general sort of thoughts? Varun, go first. Be the hater.
Okay.
Be the Scrooge.
I
Yeah,
don't really like Hirani, as you can
yeah,
tell from Dhruv's remarks. But
yeah.
I think while I initially didn't like it very much, I think PK has grown on me over time.
Mm,
It does it does have the disadvantage of coming just 2 years after Oh My God, the
mm,
Umesh Shukla film with Paresh Rawal and Akshay Kumar. But
mhm,
I think it raises some interesting questions, and it does that in a relatively funny manner, and it's got
mm,
uh, an interesting Amir Khan performance. I think Saurabh
mhm,
Shukla is great in the film.
mhm.
Um,
Interesting is the very
He's
interesting way
got an
to state it.
interesting Amir Khan performance. I thought he
yeah,
was
Yes.
terrific in that.
I thought he was quite good, but I also felt like he took Alien quite literally and just like sort of
But
ran with it
उसमें
in a
तो
way.
मजा है नहीं?
Yeah, but
Sorry,
I
you'll
mean, not
you'll basically
not
get a
not with
lot
an
of like
actor,
questions from my end because I really like
not with an
this one.
actor who's as self-conscious on screen as Amir is.
Mm. I will be
At that
rewatching it
time,
today or
there was still
tonight or tomorrow.
some level of self-consciousness. I think he lost a bit of that when he
Hey, we
did
have one person. Sorry,
Dangal and Secret Superstar,
sorry.
and and then he completely lost his mind when he did Thugs of Hindustan.
सर उस पे
So
नहीं
no,
जाना ना वो
uh-huh.
आप छोड़ो.
So yeah, but like I think PK I've grown to enjoy over time. I think it's also one of the better Hirani soundtracks, Hirani film soundtracks.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. That is
So
absolutely true.
uh, if I can sing a song in which Sanjay Dutt is dancing, I think credit to the film. I'm too sort of young in a way to remember Lage Raho and
Mm-hmm.
MBBS,
Mm.
but I do remember the
हाँ हाँ,
Lage
सबको
Raho
सबको
phenomenon.
बुढ़ापे पे पुश करो सर, क्या है और.
सर आपका चाइल्डहुड इज प्रोबेबली त्रिदेव, तो आप बूढ़े हो.
उतना भी बुढ़ापा नहीं हुआ है. मेरा चाइल्डहुड त्रिदेव नहीं था.
ओए ओए. But no, I think I remember the wave that Lage Raho created about, and the interest it created in Gandhi, because it came out the same year as a film that flew in the face of what Gandhi believed in, which was Rang De Basanti.
Yes.
And it's sort of, and it's also a time when Hindi films were really hit and miss. Like there's terrible shit like Chocolate and uh, Tom, Dick and Harry and all those movies coming out. So
Terrible shit
Lage
like
Raho was kind
chocolate.
of, yeah.
That's
Tom
the
Dick and
shit you
So
remember.
yeah, Halka Halka.
I
Don't you
just
remember the
remember that
song?
Tom, Dick, and Harry is the actual name of a movie and not an expression we throw around.
There was also like
Back
this.
to Hirani
Yeah,
slander, guys.
yeah. So no, but I think apart from the Gandhi performance,
This
that
is
film.
Sanjeet basically going on about the age thing, I
अरे
suppose.
हम तो डिनाइल में ही रहे हैं लास्ट 10 years से.
So yeah, I think MBBS. I don't really remember, but I'm not a big fan of Three Idiots. I think it's a problematic film. I think
Mhm.
its sense of humor is quite. It's sort of punching down, which I think is a trend with Hirani in general. And
Punching
I
down
am
to.
punching down on like women and sort of.
Hmm.
I don't like the way it deals with Chatur. Really, I
Mhm.
think I get it that he's an obnoxious guy, but he's
Hmm.
also smart, in his own way. Whatever
Hmm.
gets him results, and I don't think Hirani has it in him to understand the sort of grind of the Indian education system.
Hmm.
There's a reason the system is that way, good or bad. I mean, we can debate that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that the film raises important
We are
points on it.
we are
I
definitely not
don't,
going to debate that in this live stream of all places. That
yeah,
would
but
cost
I
us
do
about two
think,
and a half hours.
and two viewers.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I don't think the film, because I think the film also came out around the same time as uh, the HRD ministry announced CCE. I
Mhm.
don't know if you guys will remember this. I don't know whether Dhruv will, but I
Remind
think
us.
Amartya
We
might.
don't
So
remember anything.
CCE was the evaluation that dropped the basic pass fail system and adopted a
Yes.
graded evaluation concept. And
I
it
think it
was
came out
rubbish.
just a couple of I think just 1 or 2 years later only, not very recently, not that year. I think couple of
No,
years
no, I
later.
think 2010 is when CCE became a thing. 20,
Hmm.
2009 December is when Three Idiots came out.
Hmm.
And I remember, like Amartya pointed out earlier, I remember watching
Hmm.
it in a cinema hall and everything. And I remember getting bored enough in the middle that I took like a long time. I strolled around
In
Satyam
Three
cinemas and I came
Idiots.
back. Yeah, in Three Idiots, I genuinely remember
When?
getting bored. I, again, I can't recall the scene, but I do remember getting bored.
My God, this is
And
blasphemous. This
yeah,
hurts. But okay.
and I absolutely despise Sanju. I think it's just a bad sort of
On
propaganda
Bad.
movie.
that
Can't buy
movie
that.
kind of borders on offensive to a
Yeah,
certain
it's
degree,
just
especially for people
short.
who know about Sanju and who
But
has
I
seen Sanjay Dutt movies.
three people, guys. Three.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm
Sanjay Dutt,
Congratulations to
Arshad
us.
Bharti, and Sanjeev.
Congratulations to us. It's like you people are also
sir.
so not busy during Christmas that you're choosing to spend time with us.
Yeah,
Thank
why
you.
will everyone be busy during Christmas? खाली तो बैठे हैं.
Because it's वाह 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 वाह. सब
रात के
हमारे
10
तरह
बज
नहीं है.
10:30 बज रहे हैं सर.
सब
क्रिसमस
निकल
खत्म.
चुके हैं भाई.
सर कल ट्यूसडे है ना, काम धंधा भी तो है. एनीवेज, आप
No, yeah.
संजू
So
यस obnoxious fine, पीके like
no,
you like
yeah.
yeah, हाँ.
It's just Sanju's also. I think his most dishonest film. Like it's
Yes, yes.
blatantly
But
dishonest.
I was about to ask, but do you, when even from the production stage, could you like even believe it that it would be anything honest? Like I just feel it's such a
I no.
lose
I think
situation from the
the
get go. Like I just
I
didn't
think
have
the
expectations.
intention is dishonest. I think the intention is dishonest.
I
That is my problem.
suppose. Fair
I
enough.
don't think he even
I
set
mean,
out
look,
to make
biopics,
a good propaganda movie. At
biopics
least
made
make
on
it compelling.
Mhm.
biopics made on living celebrities is not a new thing. ठीक है? Like MS Dhoni also came out. ठीक
That
है?
you only like, okay. That's by the way
I'm just
I
saying.
also
really
don't like it.
bad movie for me.
I'm just
I'm just
saying.
It's a
saying.
I'm
terribly
just
made
saying.
film.
Uh,
I'm just saying. Whatever be the flaws, at least his intention wasn't, to whitewash Dhoni ka whatever all that
But
shit.
धोनी ने
कि
किया
उसमें
क्या है
क्या
संजय दत्त
उसमें
जैसा?
वॉश क्या करोगे?
Exactly. So my point
बंदूक
being
बिंदुक
कि
छिपाया क्या
yeah,
धोनी
yeah,
ने
yeah,
भी?
yeah. That's my question. So if you're going to make a Dhoni type of biopic to of all people Sanjay Dutt, भाई intention तो वैसे भी dishonest है.
उसका
हाँ.
दोस्त बना रहा है यार, कैसे बन सकती है अच्छी पिक्चर? लाइक अच्छी, आई
But
एक्चुअली
that
थिंक
doesn't mean
इट्स
I
स्टिल
give it a
अ
pass as a film.
नो, यू
Hmm.
डोंट नीड टू, बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दैट like I mean, I guess I for me
On a
it's like
craft level, also it's bad. No,
it's
that's
probably
the
bad. Yeah,
problem
no,
with
no.
it.
I again have very little motivation to go back and see it, but I do
Mm,
remember two
same.
performances standing out, or three even. I really like Manisha Koirala in it.
And
So
Manisha Koirala is good in most things.
yeah, yeah,
It
but
goes without saying.
I really liked some of the performances.
RK,
I
RK
think
was great. RK was great. Vicky Kaushal was really good. Vicky Kaushal was
I
also very
liked
good.
Vicky Kaushal when I watched the film then. I think if I were to
Mm.
watch it now, I'd be like, okay, this is the stereotype of every Gujarati I've ever been fed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd only stay with the film because it's a Vicky Kaushal performance, which
yeah, but I
speaks volumes
And
of how good an actor
but
he is.
I so we'll get to it later, of course. But Dunki, I don't like. I think those are more memorable than whatever is in Dunki because I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think there's anything here
absolutely.
which is
Okay.
like whatever has sticks
I
out.
still, I still think Sanju is his. I still think Sanju is his worst. I think Dunky comes a
Same.
close second.
Okay.
Dunky comes a close second. Like
Anyways, Amartya, your thoughts on to add on to
he,
your
Hirani debate.
sorry.
Hirani
Yes, yes,
debate.
Hirani debate. Sorry, I got a comment. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
No, no, it's not a debate per se. Like the person, like I don't remember MBBS that well. I have seen it much later. I remember seeing Lage Raho on, remember those Moser Bear CDs. So I remember, yeah, I remember
मोजर
getting
बेयर का
those.
आई वाज वाचिंग इट टुडे उसमें
Yeah,
मोजर बेयर का एड भी है पीछे
yeah,
लाइक
yeah.
नॉट एड
Moser
एज
Bear
इन
का
लाइक
ad
हाँ
आता था. Ha ha ha.
हाँ
So I remember watching Lage Raho on that. I remember loving that movie. I think if I
हाँ
rewatch that movie now, I think I might like that movie almost on a similar degree for similar degree.
हम्म
Uh, ध्रुव का संगति का ये असर हो रहा है हम सब पे.
I'm proud. Anyways, I've gotten other comments about. I think there are SRK fans dropping into our stream, sir.
Oh boy, we
So,
are screwed.
uh, so Mahi P
I
last.
don't I don't disagree with that. I just don't think it's a very good thing for him to be doing these kind of movies.
We'll
वो
discuss
स्टार
into
नहीं
we'll
दुनिया भर. हाँ हाँ हाँ.
which is yes. I
Which
mean,
is
listen. I think all
understandable.
three of us come from a perspective where we are. I mean, I was a super whatever fan. अब तो मेरा थोड़ा कम हो गया है.
I'm a SRK. I
मेरा
am also an
choice नहीं था.
SRK fan.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. मेरी बहन fan थी. So
Sure, sure.
if you're
But
अरे
going to
I
मेरा
say
भी
was a
सेम केस है. अरे मेरा भी
हाँ.
सेम केस है.
okay. No, no, but I was a fan to the extent that I disliked other actors because they were in
सर
competition with
आप
Shah Rukh
Oh,
मतलब
Khan.
आप
you.
पागल थे.
हाँ
हाँ
हाँ. You
हाँ
are the
वही I
fanatic
don't
fan.
disagree. हाँ
You are the
हाँ
fanatic fan,
I
mate.
You're the
was
Sandeep
not
Reddy
am.
fan.
No, no. But my point is, कि I saw Three Idiots in the theater. So when I saw it in the theater, um, do you know that punching down the lowbrow humor, because we saw it in the theater and because crowd was packed, the humor was enjoyable throughout. But
Mm-hmm,
some of the problems I felt was, with the story itself, kind of, and character ka jo conception, and because it
mm-hmm,
is also feeding to what Amir Khan should be.
mm-hmm.
Amir Khan cannot be the failed guy, loafer type of guy. That's not
Yeah.
Amir Khan. Amir Khan needs to be the genius. Amir Khan also needs to be the person who is the loafer and all of that.
Mm,
So, and I also think Three Idiots started the trend that because he's trying to make it a morality play all the time,
mm,
he's manipulating very complicated situations to an dangerous form of simplicity.
mm-hmm,
you know सक्सेस के
mm-hmm,
पीछे मत भागो, एक्सीलेंस के पीछे भागो, सक्सेस दौड़ के आएगी. साउंड्स गुड ऑन पेपर.
mm-hmm.
साउंड्स गुड ऑन पेपर. ट्राई करो ना बेंचोद, फिर
और
देखो कैसा
जनसंख्या
होता है.
देखो ना इस देश की.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
But
1.4
आप
billion
लोग,
people. Come on.
I feel you guys are putting too much emphasis
No,
on
no,
his filmography as
I'm not putting emphasis as such.
बोलो बोलो.
I'm
Mm,
not putting
Hmm.
emphasis as such. I'm like, see, you what is the purpose of a Hirani movie at this point is like, if we are looking for visual, some sort of a visual flourish or anything like that, I don't think we are going to get it, because he's more or less like a, paper se leke directly screenplay present karna hai. If the script is written very well, like in Lage Raho Munna Bhai, it works. It works very well, you
mm,
know. And that's why I think all of his films after that have been diminishing returns to a certain extent.
okay.
It also became
Fair.
more and more
Mm,
diminishing because his humor and his process of packaging the messaging became more and more slowly and steadily outdated.
mm.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
And I think
Mm,
Dunki was the last straw to a certain extent, because
mm,
Dunki mein I have I have seen a lot of bad Indian movies this year. I haven't seen a movie in which nothing works. You know,
yikes.
uh, a film looks competent but nothing works.
Yeah.
There are movies which are incompetent. There are movies which are incompetent. I'm not going to list those here, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
I mean,
a competent looking movie and nothing works. Emotionally, completely flat.
I am
Hmm.
getting Pixel Baba has become a troll essentially. So I
Donkey
am
Waste
getting
SRK film of
this,
the year. Yes.
and then
Mm.
Dunki haters face. Yeah, thank you, Sanjit. But yeah, I mean, I'll chip
Why
in my.
fuchsia? Why fuchsia tongue out? That's my question. That's a very specific color color combination.
No idea, sir. But anyways, I will chip. I will be the defender, I suppose, of earlier Hirani works rather than this one because I don't like Dunki at all, and we will get
Hmm.
to it in literally 2 minutes. So I
Okay.
think
You're
my
going to
thing.
be
I
to
think
Hirani what Irani was to Sanju.
no, that's not true. Uh, that's not true. See, the thing is, I think you guys are. I think you guys are. For me, his films are working on the broadest possible.
Yes, yes.
Whatever you have, melodramatic oppositions all the place. So you have like Munna Bhai mein, it's science versus art almost. You can take art of
Hmm.
performance or whatever you want.
Hmm. Hmm.
Gundagiri as art form or whatever you want to say. Because उसमें हैं बहुत सारे no, no, there are lots of I know Varun squinted. There are
Varun,
lots of
don't make that face.
there are
Don't make that.
lots of scenes in MBBS where the dances and everything is like there are dance
Bad, but
numbers
that's Sanjay
as
Dutt.
supposed to be the healing. अरे सर आप
Okay.
संजय दत्त को छोड़ो ना. No, no, but the song sequences, I also disagree that he's not a filmmaker at all. I think he can make images are not that bad. Like he is putting in effort to,
Hmm.
especially Lage Rao Munna Bhai. I thought that's a very
Yes,
well
yes. No, 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 I
edited
But
film
that's a
agree.
also.
location set film, so it's a very
But no,
different.
Yeah,
no,
We'll
yeah.
it's
get to that
edited well,
probably.
yeah. No, I
Yeah, yeah.
also
No, no,
mean
I
it's
agree.
edited
But
well.
he's an editor
Yeah, I
by
know.
trade. So like
No,
some
no,
of the
but like
mission
something
controls
like
stuff
MBBS,
works
I
on
think
that
had
level.
editing roughness to it, which I mean,
Hmm.
whatever has its issues and whatever. I just think he's good at picking apart whatever absurdity we have in our daily lives or whatever we've constructed, and I think whatever comedy he gets out of wrangling that, I think is
You,
very
Yeah.
effective.
you know what the problem though is? I think the
Hmm.
problem here is कि social comedy जो भी हो, ठीक है?
Hmm.
Us as viewers and us as the audience, we
Hmm.
have become more, us as the audience are more used to hyper focused narratives,
Ah.
so
Hmm.
even comedy needs to be clever, even comedy needs to be more focused क्योंकि
Hmm.
broad humor अब general audience को भी ज्यादा पसंद नहीं आते हैं.
But
broad humor
broad
में भी
humor, I
And
feel.
levels
Hmm.
and
levels होते
broad
हैं अभी
humor तो
broad humor
रोहित
के लिए.
शेट्टी भी कर रहा है ना फिर. I mean,
हाँ.
हाँ नहीं
that's the
उस लेवल
distinction
पे
between
थोड़ी ना आई
Irani
डोंट
and
थिंक
Rohit
हिज
Shetty.
ह्यूमर आई मीन इन दिस इट काइंड ऑफ borders into it which I think is
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
problem and but I don't think it's
Hmm.
going for that at least in the there's a tastefulness to some of it at least
It used to be that it used to be कि वो broad humor जो हिरानी apply कर रहा है that
hmm,
mixed well with some of the commentary he's trying to make. ठीक
hmm,
है.
hmm,
इसलिए लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई and this, Munna's point कि गांधीगिरी करो and all that stuff and how
yeah
he's using the tapuri speak as a form of slogan,
hmm,
to work against using
yeah
Gandhian principles.
hmm,
You know that commentary works on that level, and we also have to realize the year in which it came out.
yeah
you know
Hmm.
hirani as a
2006
filmmaker
hmm,
hirani as a filmmaker works when his films come out during the appropriate time it is coming out. I
yeah
think he's one of those filmmakers.
no
And
no I agree but do you
yeah, yeah.
don't think then Three Idiots and something like PK worked at that I mean they did so but
PK
just to
did work at
clarify.
that time.
PK did work
PK
at the
did
right
work
No,
at
no,
time.
that
I was
time.
about to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
just to clarify, he is one of the most successful Hindi film
Yes, yes.
directors
Yes,
in the
yes.
Commercially,
modern
yeah,
age.
yeah.
Yeah,
Commercial,
I'm
yes.
saying commercially only. For me,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe quality also, but whatever.
Hmm.
We can
Yeah.
debate that. No,
No,
until
no.
until this slump,
I think PK.
has
I think the
happened.
thing about PK. I think the thing about PK, which we were talking offline for a second, that
Hmm.
every element, every event that occurs, because Hirani's movies have sort of an episodic structure, because every comedic bit gets included into the next bit, which includes into the next bit. It's an episodic thing. I think in
Hmm.
PK, all of those episodic bits of the humor, like
Hmm.
Amir Khan's PK slapping a sticker onto his cheek so that the
Yeah.
religious people won't slap him. All
Hmm.
those bits, they work in a vacuum.
Hmm.
I think as a coherent narrative overall, I have a strong debate as to whether it works that well. I haven't
Interesting.
rewatched
Okay.
it, mind you.
No,
Yeah,
no, I
PK
will.
does have those
Hmm.
problems, right, with the whole
Yeah,
Sarfaraz Jagu
yeah,
I think it's the
thing.
second half issues were there, but first half
yeah,
I
yeah,
think is like absolutely fire in terms of just comedy.
Hmm.
Like that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever I
Yeah, yeah.
remember,
I mean, I
I will get
it
back to
might
it. But
just be his better written
wow.
comedic film as a
Yeah.
whole.
Hmm.
But
I
it's
think
also
No,
I
very
I
think
think
he's
better
isolated.
written,
I think his
cohesively better
isolated
written is
bits.
supposed to be Lage Raho.
Yeah, I think his isolated bits of comedy.
Hmm.
When isolated bits they hit the mark. At least in
Hmm.
PK it did. I
Hmm.
agree with Varun ki Lage Raho might be his most well-written work. I think
Hmm.
Three Idiots is his most popular work because
Hmm.
obviously we are catering to a
It's a
nation. You are catering to a nation that too in 2009 to 2010 when the engineering boom was at its peak.
Hmm.
Nowadays
yeah.
engineering के ऊपर से glaze उतर चुका है. ठीक है?
अच्छी बात है.
So it's like, हाँ, of
Hmm.
course. I'm not disagreeing with it whether it's good or bad.
Hmm.
It is what it is. And so you understand the situation here. And
Hmm.
I think Donkey doesn't work because number one,
We have transitioned into I was about to
we
say
have,
we are transitioning
Great.
into Dunky now.
yeah, yeah.
So sorry, I've not been able to say much like
You could have said we are
countering it, but
migrating to Donkey.
We are migrating to Donkey, yes.
करो करो
Or
आप मेरा
migrating
काम,
via
हाँ आप
Donkey.
मेरा घटिया काम करो. uh,
The
but
donkeys on
yes, okay, we
Donkey.
are
You could have
migrating to
called this
Dunky, fine,
episode that.
whatever, just to yes. Anyways, but we are so but I think we are all on a similar-ish page, which I
Yeah.
think is
Yes.
kind of sad, at least from my end, because I did expect to like it a little bit more than I did, but I thought I for me this is the worst Hirani film. I
Second
just
worst.
no, for
Second
me
worst
it is
for.
the worst. Yeah.
Of the films I've watched, yeah, I think much as I
Mhm.
dislike Three Idiots, I don't think I have a
I was
performance
about
problem with it
I was
on
telling you
that much
that
of a level.
there is no way Three Idiots is this lifeless.
No,
Like
no,
this
it
That
isn't.
was.
I
It
think
isn't. It isn't.
there's also a general Hirani problem with this film. It's that he stretched what we were talking about earlier, right? He stretched that LCD principle too far.
Hmm.
His simplistic politics does not work on a subject like
For
immigration.
people who are
Subject.
unaware, yeah, for people
Yeah,
who are
let's
unaware, what is LCD? For people who are unaware,
yeah.
because
So
other
LCD
than the
is
LCD
something.
TV and the different types of lights which
Yeah.
we are usually utilizing, this is not that.
So
Don't worry.
there's
Hmm.
not that. Yeah. In an interview with Anupama Chopra for Film Companion, Rajkumar Hirani and Abhijay Joshi had talked about LCD as a writing principle, which is laugh,
Hmm.
cry, drama, and
Hmm.
they how they intend to apply use at least one of these emotional beats in every
Hmm.
scene that they write in a film, and how each scene should essentially be a film in its own right.
Yeah.
And that effectively means that what you were talking about, right? Everything is episodic.
Hmm.
This needed to be more narrative, and
Yeah.
the
I think
narrative
when
just collapses. It's
I
dead on
think
arrival.
I
I
think
think.
the thing is ki there's also a problem here, which is like conceptualizing and giving it weight to the world.
Hmm.
Yeah,
This could have been a principle they used inside in the writer's room and they put it within themselves, and that's how they have been making the movie. You know what that would have given? That would have given them some freedom.
Hmm.
Because अंदर की बात है, we can break it, we can open it through. When you suddenly give that thing a definition and you
Hmm.
give that thing a verbiage and announce it to the world that this is our writing principle,
Hmm.
inwardly you are like, oh my god, I've announced it, now I have to stick by it.
stick
Yeah.
by it.
You're
Yeah,
already giving yourself a
Limiting
form of
yourself, right?
restriction. Yes,
Putting yourself in a box in many
yes.
senses.
And
Yeah.
when
practically.
you
Or container.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you are dealing with such a genuinely sensitive topic, it's bad news
Which
that
is
your movie
which
is
I
worse.
think. No, I
It's
was about to.
bad news
Sorry,
that your
Simar.
movie is worse than the last marketing material which you published on
Yeah.
YouTube.
No, no, that's fine. I was about to say actually the one of the key differences I think with Dunky is, or whatever I was noting at least was that there is in his earlier films there's like a clash between belief systems almost.
Hmm.
Like it's two belief systems clashing with each other.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
belief systems ka clash, you can have melodramatic oppositions and all that, right?
Yeah,
Isme you have, I was firstly thinking ki hai hi kya clash. I guess
Hmm.
it's the which is what is home, and they are sort of in the middle. Like that's the clash.
It's about
I think
borders
the
actually,
I
whether
think the
there
Borders.
should be a
structuring,
border or not.
yeah, I think the structuring of the screenplay itself is
I was about
flawed
to say
here, because
structure. I think is a bit of an
पूरा
issue.
structure ही flawed है,
Huh.
because if you look at it, पहली बात तो वैसे, like Varun, you are stating कि borders का बात है, but borders thing is more broad, right? It's more
Huh.
Hmm.
abstract to a certain extent.
Right.
यहाँ पर तो अलग से कोई बिलीफ सिस्टम नहीं है, हम लोगों
Hmm.
को
Hmm.
बाहर जाना है, पैसे नहीं है, हम लोगों को बाहर जाना है, that
The
can be a
one
conflict of a belief system.
the one opposing one then becomes Hardy, the Shah Rukh Khan
Hmm.
character, which आता कहाँ से है वो बिलीफ की अपोज करना है, वो मुझे तो कभी लगा नहीं, like personally,
Yes.
right? Like I was like there is a moment to, so we are going spoilers and everything, right? So just to
Yeah.
whoever
I
is
mean,
listening, because
the
yeah,
movie's not really
everyone's
going to
watched
be
it, right?
spoiled for you. It's already spoiled for you because they
नहीं,
made it.
ट्विस्ट एंड टर्न्स है ना कि कौन मरता है कौन नहीं मरता है.
विकी मरता है, खुश हो
मूवी
जाओ.
भी मूवी भी मतलब मूवी भी उसे ट्विस्ट और टर्न के हिसाब से नहीं देखता है. मूवी इज
हाँ,
सो
actually,
फ्लैट, इट डजंट
because
केयर.
अच्छा
if you
चलो
look
ठीक है.
close enough, you can tell in the glimpse of the trailer that ये लंबा खंबा विकी है जो जल रहा है.
हाँ, बेसिकली द
Anyways,
पर्सन हु
this
इज रनिंग फ्लेम ऑन, दैट इज विकी. या
okay, so I don't remember the trailer as such, but I was saying कि there is that moment in the second half where in London where when they reach and Hardy is all being very like idealistic and he's like मैं
And
झूठ नहीं
patriotic
बोलूँगा
and everything. Yeah.
कि मेरा
दैट्स
देश
टुवर्ड्स द एंड,
देश के लिए
राइट?
नहीं, not towards the end, like there's still a bunch of movie left.
हाँ, there's lots of
या
the movie
मतलब
to go.
हाँ,
नो मतलब फ्लैशबैक का एंड बेसिकली,
हाँ,
मतलब
हाँ.
जो
Yeah,
flashback
yeah,
फ्लैशबैक
yeah,
का
फ्लैशबैक
है.
के
yeah.
पास, yes,
हाँ,
where he's like and I was like, really, why? I thought you were ready to do everything for her, and suddenly you've decided to catch this nation is more important than her. I
हाँ,
didn't
क्योंकि
really
फौजी है
get
ना,
the
I
I
फौजी है
think
ना.
understand
the
that,
film
but I
never
don't
establishes
get
that,
it.
and it uses no. And I also, I'm going to say this again. I feel offended that you're going to use the army as a way to sort
Yes,
of promote
exactly.
this film.
As
It's
a
really stupid.
get out of jail free card. It's a get out of
It
jail
हाँ,
free
is,
card to
हाँ,
essentially.
but
it
because
is
he's the
that.
narrative, वो engine ना वो वही तो पहुंचा सकते हैं उनको वहां पे, सब
No,
conflict में he
and
becomes the gunman and everything or whatever it is.
I think also if you look at how the film tries to bring him into their lives feels so manufactured, right?
Hmm.
That this civilian saved my life. First of all, what was the civilian doing next to near an active border?
Yeah.
And just why was Hardy alone? Because that's not really how pickets are established or like border posts work.
I mean,
But okay,
I mean,
this is Hirani verse. Let's just
हाँ ठीक है,
yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
a
if you, if you are
yeah,
going to
no,
nitpick
but
the backstory, that
no,
becomes a
I'm not.
nitpick.
No, it
Hmm.
becomes a nitpick, right?
Hmm.
But there should be some level of, if you're going to give me a real world problem,
conviction.
I expect
Hmm.
you to be convincing me of this real incident that brings uh, Hardy to Laltu,
Of
and
course.
you
Yeah,
don't really do that. Why
yeah,
couldn't he just be another person? Probably because then he can't overpower the gunmen, at the border guards
yeah.
in Iran and whatnot.
Yes,
And
yes.
the film just feels like it's one false beat after the other. And honestly, that 1995 train, I'm fed up of 2023 Shah Rukh Khan starers milking Shah Rukh Khan's legacy to
सर
make the
दिलवाले
film
से
more
चालू हुआ
interesting,
था
then they
सर.
don't do it.
That
दिलवाले से
started
शुरू
with
हुआ
Dilwale.
था.
If you want to blame anybody, blame Rohit Shetty.
और नहीं,
Okay,
Not
but
even
उसने
Raees
Dilwale.
उसने
It's
doesn't
तो
have any.
Chennai
उसने तो
Express.
बर्बाद कर दिया था.
It
No,
started
but
with Chennai Express.
चेन्नई
हाँ,
एक्सप्रेस में
but
फिर भी अच्छा
okay,
था
there's
थोड़ा.
there's
Huh,
still
that was
enough
funny. I'm
films.
just saying
हाँ,
the milking started from there.
हाँ.
There's still enough films in the middle that are not riffing on anything Shah Rukh Khan has done, like Raees, which presents him as trying to be this masala hero for the first
हाँ,
time,
बट उसमें तो कुछ भी
and
नहीं है.
हाँ,
Oh, come
and
on. It's not that bad.
or
After
My
the
Dunki, it
memory of
definitely
it.
isn't that bad.
yeah,
No, no,
Come on.
yes,
it's not. It's not
yeah.
certainly not as
No,
incompetently
Dear
made.
Zindagi didn't do anything, of course, because how can it?
Yeah,
He's the supporting guy
Yeah.
in it,
yeah.
right? So
He's
yeah,
essentially a special appearance extended into a
yeah.
supporting appearance.
He's the
But
person who
I
He's a
reads the
feel
supporting
Archie's
cast.
cards really well. Like he has a good voice, so that the Archie's cards like sound really
sound
nice.
sound nicer. Yeah,
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows?
he
Maybe
needs
that's why
Archie's
Hirani.
gallery card.
That's why Hirani cast him. तो
Yeah,
उसका मूवी तो
because
आर्चीज
maybe.
का
Hirani is
कार्ड है.
Hirani is also
No,
an
no, 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 no,
Archie's
no, no.
gallery person only.
Yes,
So
Eh, I don't agree. But okay, fine.
I
Go ahead.
I I think I had a much bigger problem with the film not really being able to understand how immigration works. I'm like, yeah, man. I
I
mean,
will get into that. I
Abhijat
have a
has been a
point.
professor abroad, all right. Surely you know the nuances of immigration.
No, I
you've
mean,
been a
if
professor
even
in
if
an
you
American university.
I have a
even if you
problem with that.
don't know it, you have to
You
be
know
knowing
it.
Google.
it for this
You have
movie.
to know it. I have a thing about that. पहली बात तो मूवी का नाम डंकी है, ठीक है,
Yes, I
डंकी आता
agree.
है सेकेंड हाफ में, विच इज फाइन, आने दो, मुझे कोई इशू नहीं है। मूवी का नाम डंकी है, डंकी को तो मोन्टाज सीक्वेंस में दिखा रहे हो, ये क्या है? व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? दिस इज रॉकी 4 क्या? मैं क्या मतलब स्टलोन और डॉल्फ लंडन का क्या बॉक्सिंग दिखना है वो क्या मोन्टाज सीक्वेंस में हो क्या रहा
No,
है?
the very absurd
It's
decision,
more Rambo
and
than Rocky.
the weird thing
या
is they actually
वही
have a
ना।
very good structure. It could be a structure around
You know
key.
what this movie could have been? This movie could have been process oriented. I know. I'm expecting too much.
You are
But
expecting the wrong
I,
thing. Yeah,
yeah, I'm expecting the wrong thing. तो direct तो material भी handle नहीं करना चाहिए था ना वैसे।
that I agree. I think the material and director is a mismatch here.
Yes,
No, it's
In
not
terms
a
because
of
if
mismatch. I just think he's bitten off more than he could chew. It's a very simple
maybe,
case
yeah,
like that.
and also the fact that if you are going to talk about no, I think the problem here is कि movie का नाम डंकी है. Now I
Hmm.
understand that the topic itself is so enticing because nobody has dealt with this movie before
Hmm.
that he thought that he should take part in it and tackle it because again it's a social issue he has not tackled before.
Yeah,
I understand, but one of the key things about Dunki is not just the messaging key, when people enter through illegal means, the world, waiting for them isn't as hunky dory as the one they
yeah,
had dreamt of.
dreamt of, yeah.
That's the messaging. I understand that's the messaging, but that can't be your end all. Your name is Dunki.
Hmm.
Do the donkey route. Tell us
Hmm.
what the donkey route is. Don't just cut off. Don't just cut off. And don't just cut
And to the
off with,
really banal, like the interjects are
Yeah.
also very bad. Like
yes.
we were discussing with Varun, I think the shooting sequence in the water. I was like, this is your like set piece for like the donkey route. I was
Also,
like,
like,
ये
and
क्या
that
Yes.
है?
was shot in Jabalpur. I'm like, please show me whereabouts on the India-Pakistan border this thing is.
सर आप ये सब आपकी गलतियां हैं या
No,
आप लोग ना
नहीं मैंने इसको I gave it credence in my own head. I was like, this is the Sir Creek area in the Run of Kutch, and I went with that. But
ठीक है
I'm coming back to a very simple thing.
ये कुछ
Is
ज्यादा
that
ही हो गया but जो भी
don't
हो
don't in especially in a situation that the world finds itself in now with
Hmm.
what Palestine is facing at the
yeah,
hands
yeah,
of the
especially.
But
IDF and all that.
but
And
Varun, to be honest, this was made like whatever two,
yeah,
three, whatever
but
years back, just to
okay, but there's
contextualize
been
it.
a refugee crisis in Western
and an
I
Asia
immigration
agree.
and
No,
an
no, no. I
immigration
agree.
issue
and
for a very
Europe,
long time.
I agree.
And an
right?
immigration issue
So
for a very long time. Yes.
Hmm.
don't conflate immigration and
Yes.
refugees. They are
Yes.
two
Yes.
separate issues,
Yes.
and
Completely
they should be
separate things.
dealt. And I think it's extremely disrespectful to put those images of the refugees at the end because first of
That
all
is
they're not
very bad.
connected.
No,
Yes.
no, no, no,
Secondly,
not even that. Not even that. The images which are being put, I know you will agree with me on this.
Hmm.
The images comes especially after that scene in which they show okay, they have taken the names of the people who died
who died?
while on the
Yeah.
way. And you're
So
treating it as a comedy.
Comedy
When you
scene.
guys
Hmm.
were writing that scene, didn't you think for even a second
think,
that that might
yeah,
be just a tad bit offensive? Just
or
slightly.
just
It's very
stupid. Like I mean, come
Or
on.
just
and
stupid.
also like so one of the big things, I think the big problem for me, especially as someone who's a fan of his work, is there is no like chemistry amongst firstly the bunch of friends. Like I never
Yeah,
felt,
there isn't.
especially Sukhi. Like I know he's like a
He's a
supporting
loner. Let's
character,
meet him.
and
Yeah.
like they have to like understand his pain, and a lot of it's coming through from Vicky Kaushal's
No, but the
performance.
fact that Sukhi suddenly became their friends and started drinking with them immediately after, I'm like, wow, दोस्ती ऐसे जल्दी हो जाती है क्या?
नहीं
Did you
नहीं
They
know
but
all
that?
went to the
दोस्ती
lavatory
जल्दी हो
probably.
जाती है, that's ठीक है, but that scene, if it is convicting or whatever, it has conviction, if that scene has conviction, then you can at least buy कि हो गई दोस्ती किसी तरह. But even that scene, I feel you never get a sense that they are like the way he treats the Suki's ashes as
Yeah, yeah.
the supposed to be this
The
sacrilege thing.
holy
I was like,
grail of some kind.
कहाँ है ये? Like I never thought कि ये connection है picture में कहीं.
Hmm.
And
You need a
and one
scene or two. You need a scene or two to convince that, to be honest, because otherwise, फायदा क्या है? You're
But
asking too much of an audience. You're asking too much of an audience. Number one, the same general audience who you have been feeding your same broad humor along with social commentary for the longest time.
I don't know what Sanjeet means by this.
Change the room.
I have no idea.
I have also
Maybe
no
he's
idea.
referring to something which I have leaked
Or maybe
some
he's
details
speaking to
behind
like Oyo rooms.
backstage.
Maybe he's speaking to Oyo rooms, and he
Okay,
accidentally
fine.
texted us.
Anyways, doesn't matter. Uh, the point was that
Too much
yeah,
information for a live stream about
I
Dunki.
suppose so. Anyways,
They should
no,
have
no,
checked into your rooms, to be
but,
honest.
but
Who
Dunki room.
Abhijat and Hirani?
no, no, but not. So if you remove even that part, like I was like, and this kind of becomes even more crass when you think about it, that they take the three people's names
Yeah.
as their own names later. I was like, when the donkey route started in the second half, I was like, but where is the interaction between these people, these six people who are going? I'm like, इनके बीच में कोई तो bond होना चाहिए, right? होना चाहिए in the sense that he does this actually.
Yeah.
He's good at creating small character moments with, like, people who are incidental and
Ali
become sort of a
Fazal
main.
in Three Idiots
In
is a
Three
great example.
Idiots, they are littered
Joy.
throughout his films, and like there is one character basically, one of the three main people, right? It's Tapsi Pannu, the
Vikram
three,
Kochar
what's
and
the
Anil
other,
Grover.
Vikram Kochar and Anil Grover. They are the three people who want to go. Only
Yeah.
one of them story has one of the setups and quirks that sort of pays off. Tapsi's thing is too brief with the whole
Yeah.
house name. I'm like, when she goes to like hug her mom and everything at the end, I was like, ये था कहाँ? Like I don't get, like mom ni grandma I
हाँ,
think, but I was like, ये bond
though
कहाँ है?
though
Like
I do want to say it felt lovely seeing the late Arun Bali for one last time on a film.
hmm,
Yes.
Like he's
Yes.
there for
Yes.
like one moment, but he's been
hmm.
such a
Hmm.
big part of like
नहीं,
film
but
watching over the years, right?
Yes. Yes.
I like
the
that bit,
the
but
yeah. नहीं, but the
yeah,
thing is, one of
those
the
payoffs weren't there.
actresses, yeah, well, one
Hmm.
of the actresses reminded me of the Sharman Joshi's
Mom
dad's
from Three
wife,
Idiots.
mom. Yes, in Three
Dad's wife?
Idiots.
Sharman Joshi's dad's wife. भाई brain कहाँ है?
by ठीक है. Sharman Joshi's mom, right? She's the mother of Tapsi Pannu, right?
For
I think so.
kids,
I thought
kids,
so.
dad's wife is equal to mom.
अरे
Dad की
ठीक है
पत्नी
सर,
mom
खो
होती
गया
है,
ना,
ठीक है?
गलती हो गई, छोड़ दो प्लीज, सेमांटिक्स में मत जाओ.
हाँ, ये पिक्चर
Anyways,
नहीं जा रही है.
I was saying कि
Donkey should have gone into semantics. It needed more
yes,
semantics, to be honest.
yeah. नहीं, but
No, so
इसमें
yeah, what you're saying?
हाँ, so in the sense that this where is that detail, like that
Hmm.
character had detail, like even the
Yeah.
incidental character of the mother in that film was memorable enough in the sense that she had that repetition of dialogue when, or she was very like what is
Butter
No,
paneer
but
and all that.
pixel, okay, sorry, I'm
साजिद खान की
uh,
फिल्म देख रहा है. Yeah, exactly. Dhruv
yes,
ka brain, I mean. Yes, we get it. Thank you. Kiska brain. No, but the thing is, you know why that detail isn't there? Because again, screenplay flawed है. क्योंकि वो IELTS का entire जो segment है, that entire thingy, I wanna
just
go to
lame, I think
laboratory,
mostly
I
it's
wanna go to
lame.
laboratory and all that stuff. First of
It
all,
tells
तो
you how stupid their sense of humor is really.
yeah, first
It's
of all,
it's
तो
it's it's even worse than the Milka Singh joke. Have you guys heard that? Are you
no.
relaxing? No, I'm Milka Singh. It's worse than that.
Oh yeah. First of all, that conspiracy theory. I don't even think it's a conspiracy theory. That theory that this is like a dropped screenplay idea for Munna Bhai, third part of
Hmm.
Munna Bhai where he goes to America.
Munna Bhai Chale
Mhm.
America.
Munna Bhai
Mhm.
Chale America. I think that's a dropped
अच्छी
scene
बात
which
है,
he
वो उन
literally
लोगों
has.
को लेकर तो ड्रॉप कर दिया, क्योंकि वो लोग बहुत, वो फ्रैंचाइज मुझे अच्छी लगती है बहुत, और मुझे
हाँ.
अरशद
And it
वारसी तो
also
बहुत ही
kind
ज्यादा
of
अच्छा
like
लगता है.
it's
हाँ.
evidence
You
of
know what?
Vinod
Arshad
Chopra's
Varsi
ingenuity.
might have actually pulled this off. Arshad
As
Varsi
what?
As
might
what?
have
As
pulled
what?
this entire thing off. You know, that entire
Like
IELTS ka joke thing and all of that stuff.
Might have.
Might have pulled this off. He has
Hmm.
enough conviction to pull it off.
Yep.
That's the problem here. And यहाँ पर तो वो सब तो है नहीं. Second part की that entire IELTS segments takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
To the extent that I'm like first half हो गया. Donkey route तो है ही नहीं. Donkey route गया
Mhm.
कहाँ? I
he
had no
mentions
idea.
वो तो
Donkey right
सेटअप
at
हो
the
गया
end of the
essentially
podcast.
पूरा.
Yes.
हाँ.
Hmm.
I
He
तो
mentions
actually,
Donkey.
I know we are kind of just like lumping on the film, but I do think there are so many issues
No,
that are
there
like
are
in the film.
no,
Like,
no.
like
There
I
are
Are we
think,
good things,
supposed to
but they
say
are
good
so
things when there
little.
aren't? Yeah, there are so few of them.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like when you're talking about the structure, the other main thing about the film, and Varun and me especially, I think we were mentioning how much it reminded us of Veer Zara, right? That's the other
Yes.
part
Why?
of it.
Because of Old Man SRK?
No, not Old Man
That
SRK. There's a whole love
25 साल
story.
इंतजार
25 साल का
Yes.
वो
इंतजार,
सब
उसमें स्क्रीन प्ले का इतना
पंजाब
स्ट्रक्चर का प्रॉब्लम है. It begins with
Punjab.
them, it begins with her wanting to go back,
Hmm.
it sticks with them together, it
Hmm.
sticks with them together again, then she says 25 साल का इंतजार है, and then they meet again in like 2 minutes.
हाँ बट
I'm
वो
like इंतजार
डिस्टेंस
कहाँ
ही
है?
नहीं एस्टैब्लिश हुआ
Yeah,
कुछ
but because
वो
audience don't have the time to realize कि इतना distance हुआ है, इतना time गया है,
नहीं,
because they were
but
yeah.
then you shift this stuff in the beginning,
या
chuck
यू
it into
मूव
the
इट्स कॉल्ड
front, and then you
एडिटिंग
have at least
व्हाट हिरानी
time.
लर्न्ड
It's
एट
called
एफटीआई
editing. Yeah, it's
व्हाट
called
हिरानी
editing.
No,
लर्न्ड
but
एट
but
एफटीआई
these are very like strange. Like I was like,
You know that scene. You know that scene in the restaurant, and I despise many people, reviewers, critics who are going to show how you could have made a film better. Describing कि कौन से scene अच्छे होने चाहिए. I
yeah, yeah,
despise that because it's like maker has made a film like this.
of
Judge it
course,
on that accord.
यू
yes,
But
क्रिटिक
yes,
द फिल्म ऑन दिस बेसिस या
yes,
yeah,
yes.
critique the
मेरिट
film on this basis. So I am going to break that rule right now only.
करो break, sir, बोलो.
But I think that you
अमर्त्य
could have
आचार्य
just
एंड विजय कृष्णा आचार्य आर फ्यूजिंग नाउ
first of all I am really not. I don't think I don't have that girth or that brains. But जो भी हो.
चलो
Uh,
चलो सर, अब धूम 3
no no
धूम 4
no
चालू करो. हाँ.
हाँ धूम 4 चालू करते हो. बट आई थिंक द थिंग इज दैट कि जो रेस्टोरेंट का जो सीन है जब वो लोग मीट करते हैं इन
द फर्स्ट
दुबई.
टाइम दे मीट
you know
Yes, yes,
नो
yeah,
Dubai
first
में,
time
yes,
they
yes,
meet.
ओ
yes.
ओके
Yeah,
नहीं
and
दुबई ना
they like jump, Birmingham, welcome to
हाँ
Birmingham
हाँ
and all
हाँ
that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Put that entire thing in the front. Make this
ओके
completely like, wait, what are these guys talking about? This is like a
हाउ डिड वी
secret
कम टू
code
दिस
for them.
पॉइंट
How did we come to this? And then while they're talking at the restaurant, write that, then go, let's go back, let's go back, let's go back.
But
That's
उसमें
easier.
but अमर्त्य उसमें
Do
फिर
that.
भी they don't solve the love story issue. Like I'm like, how do you create the
हाँ
longing when they are not separate on screen?
but I just don't think they have enough
Yeah,
chemistry to sell it
they
anyway
That is
yeah.
okay, but Varun, वो तो ठीक है, but like अगर chemistry नहीं है, but अगर they people stay apart on the screen also for some
Sir,
time, you at least
sir, I did not
understand.
I did not promise to fix the entire film now.
नहीं नहीं, अरे I'm not fixing the entire film. I'm just saying it's such a crucial problem
Yeah,
because
of course.
you're relying on that love story as a
you know
crux of the whole
but
thing.
I'll come back to that see
Mhm.
now with that the issue is that Hirani has gone down the track of a love story
Yeah.
I think him and Neeraj Pandey have a same kind of Achilles heel as far as
No,
filmmaking
he is
is
very
Jesus
good
Christ.
in it's in
Jesus
actually
in
I will again contest that in Lage Rao Munna Bhai it's very good.
yeah but I
Uh,
mean it's
The
not very good
Vidya Balan performance and the Vidya Balan and Sanjay Dutt chemistry.
yeah,
Vidya Balan can romance like a log of wood तो मतलब वो हो जाएगा she'll sell
which
it
you
well
consider Sanjay Dutt in any case, so it's okay.
नहीं
No,
sir
but
wood has more power
no, but your
वो अपने
argument
घर पे
still
हथियार नहीं रखता
except
but
अपनी
no no no
बहन को बचाने के लिए, except बहन को बचाने के
बहन को
लिए.
बचाने और बाबूजी को बचाने के लिए
हाँ,
but
बाबूजी को
no no
बचाने
no
के
so I think the issue is that if you're going to play and it plays into Shah Rukh's entire legacy right romantic hero check
Yes.
DDLJ 1995 check Veer
Yeah.
Zara वो भी check Fauginess वो भी check because he's played a Fauji like from
Fauji,
Fauji onwards right it's Fauji and Veer Zara
name
मैं हूँ
check,
ना
name भी check,
Yeah.
Fauji check, name भी check, Fauji.
हाँ
Fauji,
so
huh.
it's I'm like the fact is that Shah Rukh and Taapsee don't sell the romance at all so just
You said
name
Which
brothers
is
like
hilarious because I genuinely felt that their chemistry wasn't that bad.
it wasn't bad but I do feel like the age difference is very clearly visible at this point
Oh yeah.
I think
and
the
I'm not
one
buying the
moment
whole
I
May December romance
the one moment I
कितना
did
DH
buy
करोगे एक बंदे को?
the one moment I did buy was in the IELTS classes only,
when she's
where
like
she stands
namuna
up for
nahi hai
him.
wo. But
हाँ,
that's on
and I
लूट
was
पुट
like,
गया, basically लूट पुट गया.
हाँ, उसके पहले, and then
हाँ,
but
हाँ.
then it also sets itself in the very awkward position of being all self-righteous about this and then
Yeah.
poking fun at the fact that they are speaking English in a
They're
very
speaking English,
tuta
yeah.
puta
Yeah.
manner. I was like, you put the scene wrong then. Either the
Yeah.
Yes.
realization comes late, or it's all these issues are like really
And it's
He's
like
nagging.
continuing to make fun of their bad English, and
Yeah.
that's why I feel like he is
it's
consistently
outdated. At this
going
point, it's
down.
outdated. At this
Yeah,
point, it's outdated. Making fun of,
bad
yeah.
English is passe. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
It's
but bad English, but even if you're making the jokes, you then do
Bad
the
English
self
is not even
righteousness later.
passe.
No.
Bad English is not even passe. Bad
it's
English at this point
elitist
is
now at
normal.
this point.
हाँ
Yeah.
elitism
No,
हाँ elitism ही है और क्या है.
Uh,
and I
Anyways,
also feel like
later issues.
sometimes
Yeah.
our filmmakers could invest in that very tricky space of what a Kasi sibling relationship would be like, and you
yeah.
at least at least have a crack at it. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? It's not going to look any worse than Riddhi Dogra
Yeah,
playing
but
Shah Rukh's mother
I
in
think
Jawan.
I understand what you're trying to say. I think you mean to say ki, you
Because
know,
I think
don't make
that's
it
also the
romantic, make it
emotion.
platonic.
Yeah,
Make
make
it
it
platonic.
platonic, and because
सर
something our
शाहरुख खान
filmmakers
के साथ
also do.
प्लेटोनिक लव
Why not?
ये तो
Why
अनुष्का
not?
शर्मा
क्यों
प्रूव
नहीं?
कर चुकी है कि नहीं हो सकता
मतलब
जब हैरी
ओह
मेट
अच्छा
सीरियल में.
ओह अच्छा 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 अच्छा
That is the biggest ego boost of a star you can get actually as a
But
romantic lead.
ऐश्वर्या राय प्रूव कर चुकी है कि हो भी सकता है इन जोश.
Oh,
yes.
I thought you were mentioning Adil.
No, 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 जोश. So
एदिल में तो ये actually got rejected. That is the entire different ball game
he got
altogether. यहाँ
dumped.
पर
He
rejection
got
नहीं
dumped.
चाहिए.
हाँ.
Yeah.
So I feel
यहाँ
like
पर
if we just take that risk, maybe of not playing to
No,
the
no.
romantic image, because he's had two romances, no, this year. एक बार नहीं
अरे
करेगा
सर
लड़की
उसको
रोमांस तो क्या
उसको
हो
थोड़ी ना
जाएगा?
पता था कि दोस्त की पिक्चर इस साल आ जाएंगी तो रोमांस हटा देता हूँ मैं अपनी पिक्चर
No,
में
but
नहीं
I mean,
नहीं नहीं
हिरानी
no
को.
no no but that's no no but that's also where you're wrong ना ध्रुव की expectations. He's a star. मतलब उसका star image ही ऐसा है कि romance तो करना ही पड़ेगा.
No, I know. No. If the
but I
burden of
think
the
that's
star
also
image
the
is
film's
there.
undoing.
Yes,
That
Yes.
it
yes,
has
yes,
tried to assume and bring in the star
yes,
factor. It has
yes.
refused. I think Hirani has done him this great injustice of refusing to treat him as he would an actor. He's
Yes.
continued to treat him like a star.
But I disagree here. I disagree here somewhat क्योंकि
Mhm.
Okay,
I genuinely felt that Shah Rukh is treated more like a member of an ensemble cast more here
that
than in
is
the
Of
last
true.
two
course.
movies this entire
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
That's entirely true. But I
Yes.
still
Hmm.
feel like the concessions made to his character are still
Hmm.
feeding off a legacy,
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than trying to. And the whole thing of turning it into a comic drama, I'm like, it's not a very funny film, so just write a drama.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
not convinced of your own ability to sell a film.
Yeah.
If you're a one trick pony,
But
then this is a
then,
good way
but
of
then it
selling a
comes to exactly. But then it comes to the Rajkumar Hirani quote unquote brand because this is a guy who has made 5 films which are hugely successful. So at this point, he's a brand. Everywhere you have seen iska matlab
film.
reactions of all the marketing material. Everybody is like, "अरे भाई Rajkumar Hirani है,
Mm.
उसका movie तो hold रखेगा ही." It's like he's a brand at this point. So
And Dunki has, I mean, commercially held
Yeah,
up,
it's done
right? I
well.
mean, it's not doing
he-
terribly badly.
it's not
It was
doing
never
terribly
going to be
bad.
competition for Koila Cinematic Universe Part 4 or whatever Salar is, but
Listen, I like that movie. I'm just putting it out there, huh?
it's still Koila, sir. There was a movie Sunil Shetty did a few years ago. It was called Koilanchal, and I was reminded of that
Yeah.
when I saw the
Listen,
Salar trailer.
I will talk
Anyway,
about Salar if
anyway,
we have time, but जो भी हो
it's
drunky
not
में
in
रहते हैं.
competition with
हाँ.
Dunki, right? So Dunki
हाँ
in
डंकी
a
में रहो सर
space
आप.
where mass films are
It's
the
not in
order of the
competition
day.
with Dunky. It's not in competition with Dunky, true, but I don't think Salar ka makers had that memo क्योंकि they brought it directly in conflict with Dunky. That's where
But
the entire
neither
problem
film
also
got
lies.
hurt. I don't think either
Hmm?
film got hurt in
I
that
have
clash.
the mankind says namaste.
Sir,
ये कौन है?
I don't know. We have new viewers. Be happy.
Namaste, mankind. Namaste, mankind.
क्या आप शाहरुख खान हैं?
क्या आप
In
शाहरुख
which
खान
case we
है?
take back
शाहरुख खान
everything we
हमारा
said.
लाइव स्ट्रीम देख रहे हैं.
Yes,
क्या
yes.
आप
अभी तक
आएंगे
बुराई
लाइव
नहीं
स्ट्रीम
की
पे?
वैसे. हाँ बचे बचे हुए अभी परफॉर्मेंसेस
I
पे
do
आए नहीं
think,
है.
yeah, आना
No,
है,
no,
आना है, आना है.
I honestly think as a Shah Rukh Khan fan, because believe it or not, I am a Shah Rukh Khan fan, and it's like as a Shah Rukh Khan fan, I am mildly disappointed.
Disappointed. I actively think he's not good in this film.
Yeah,
No,
same.
I
Sorry.
don't think he's no, I don't think he's too
Yeah.
bad in this. To be honest, I actually
Okay.
like the fact that he's being treated as an ensemble member. Honestly, but I
Yeah.
still think
True.
that I'm very disappointed by his entire
Mm.
performance.
You are an
नहीं but
SRK
see
fan,
the
but you are not SRK. I mean, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Wow, Varun. Very good.
I mean,
वाह वाह
okay,
वाह क्या
I'm gonna say this.
expectation है.
When 2023 started,
Yeah.
I had not thought for a second
I know where
that
this
the
is
film
going.
with the best Shah Rukh Khan performance will be directed by Siddharth Anand. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. This is his
You
third poorest performance.
I
listen.
would
We
I
call,
think
can
I would call, I would call, I would say that the best Shah Rukh Khan performance
is
this year has been
Jawan.
directed by Atlee, and that to the old man Shah
it's
Rukh
called
Khan.
Vikram
Old man.
Rao.
Old
Yeah,
Ironically,
man. Old man. Old
ironically,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
No,
ironically.
No, but
but
I
हाँ, बोलो. I
I think
can't believe
over
I'm living in a
here,
world where I'm hearing Siddharth Anand and best in the same sentence, but okay. But we are
uh,
living in that world, so I'm
we are living in that world.
Next year
I
fighter आ रहा है sir, क्या करे?
आप लोग देखना मैं रेस्ट लूंगा.
I think my problem with the Shah Rukh Khan performance is that he is not. Uh, he's just not really very
Is he
good as.
miscast in this?
No, I don't
No,
think he's
I,
miscast.
we,
I
I
think
was
he's not an
telling.
actor in that space. He's
नहीं
still a
नहीं,
star.
but Varun, I think that that thing is definitely there where I think a couple of the actors are just playing at a very highly melodramatic pitch, and the film
Hmm.
itself is at a highly
It's not
melodramatic
taking.
pitch.
Yeah, it's
नहीं
not
नहीं,
taking.
it's too much of a
It's
higher pitch. I feel like artificiality just
guys. Give
seeps
me a
in.
moment.
Yeah, no
Hmm.
issues, no issues. Yeah. So artificiality, I think this is again, I probably made the wrong decision of watching other Hirani films before this because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
I
such a
think so.
natural. No, no, but it gives you a good indication of how naturally some actors fit into certain narratives and roles, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And here there
Sorry.
is that naturalness in general only is missing. Vicky
Hmm.
Kaushal comes the closest to it. Baman Irani is really bad, which is shocking. But he's like
I think
really,
the
really
direction is wrong.
underutilized.
Vaman
No,
Irani
no,
tried his
yes.
best, but the direction is completely wrong.
No, no, no. I would love to blame Hirani for it, but I feel like it's the man without the edge that is the problem. I
No,
think
but
I
a lot
think
of the
I
performances didn't work. I think we can go into some of the positives actually because we've been
Devin
harping on about the
Bojani. I
bad
mean,
stuff.
what I'm fed up of Hirani feeding into the stereotypical depiction of people from specific parts of the country, be it Gujarat, be it Punjab. Just get your act together. It's not funny anymore. You're not doing it very funnily either.
वो तो आपका वो हो गया
I
ना
mean,
फिर
audiences. No,
representative
no. I
quota.
think. I think the problem here. I think the problem here is. Sanju came out which year?
2019,
2018.
20.
18.
No, why I'm bringing the date up? Because we are discounting the fact that there was a pandemic and we were all stuck in our homes, and that's
Hmm.
why many people started watching movies. Audiences became more educated with cinema as a whole, and
Hmm.
इसलिए people now have more expectations. People now have
But he
expectations of their
shot this
comedy.
film
Yeah, yeah,
after the
yeah.
pandemic.
The one of the biggest grossing films of this year is Animal. People learnt a lot.
People learnt a lot. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not even
They
going
learned.
to that discussion because if I am, this live stream would
No,
not
No,
end.
I'm just saying. Listen, Dunky's not done badly, huh?
no.
So
My point is this, that we are beyond the point where a man from the south of India saying, "My name is Vangi Purappu Venkatakuppu" is going to be funny.
yes, yeah. That
Can
is
we
a
move
Dhamal
past
joke.
that?
That's
That's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
that's
that's a very well made Dhamal joke, by the way.
yes.
Indra
In
Kumar
Dhamal, it
directed a
is very
shit out.
good. Yes.
It's fantastic. I'm serious.
The last
For
film
Varun,
lowbrow
Indra
come
Kumar
humor,
on.
directed for real.
for lowbrow
Stupid
humor,
comedy is good.
for
Yes.
lowbrow
So,
humor, stupid comedy, it works.
Yeah.
especially given Indra Kumar's output after that.
Yes.
Yes.
नहीं, but
I
also
mean,
just
to be
see,
fair,
but again, this context भी तो कितना different है ना, वो
I
थोड़ी
mean, to
ना
be
that
fair,
picture.
Dhamal was also taken from like
It's
it's
a
a
mad
mad
word.
world, which is hilarious. By the way, people
Yeah,
haven't seen that
3
movie. That
घंटे की
movie is
picture है
genuinely
but
hilarious.
so
It's
साढ़े
hilarious.
तीन
It
घंटे.
flies. It
yeah.
flies by.
But
You,
but no, I feel like
I have
filmmaking
yes,
needs
sorry,
to.
Mankind is also telling us to watch Dunki once again to
नहीं
support
सर,
the
मैं
king.
इतना भी मतलब मैंने कुछ अपने नसों में डाला नहीं है जो मैं अपने आप को
अपने
इस
नसों
वापस एक
में
बार कहूँ.
डाला नहीं है. ये क्या है?
But I'll
listen,
watch.
we are
You know
listen.
what?
We are
I'd
SRK
love
fans.
to watch. I'd love to watch Shah Rukh romance taboo in a quiet mid-budget film.
Yes,
I would love
yes.
that.
That will
I
never
would
happen
write the
because
script.
if you're casting Shah Rukh Khan, the movie is
You're
not going to be
catering to the
mid budget
star.
anymore. Yeah,
No,
it's
you're
not
going
going
to
to be mid
cater to the
budget
star.
anymore. Yeah.
विशाल भारद्वाज के साथ काम कर actually everyone he's worked with. This is a sad, I think, kind
Just
of.
work with a jobbing director at this point.
हाँ, because like
Yeah.
every quote unquote big
Please
filmmaker.
don't say that A word. Please don't say that A word.
Okay, fine.
No,
Okay,
don't,
not
don't.
saying it, not saying it.
People
But
have
Hirani
been
was
any
not an
misusing that
A
word.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
no,
Hirani was
he
not an
is.
A anyway. No, please, sir.
Uh,
That requires
of
visual component. Okay, Hirani is not a visual filmmaker. I'm sorry. This film is visually bad.
no, no, it's not visually bad. It's visually
It's
bland. That's a different thing.
it's visually very mediocre.
Yes.
Normal, यार. Like पठान
नहीं
बहुत
बट
अच्छी
लाइक
थी visually.
नहीं नहीं बहुत खराब थी मैं तो
हाँ,
बट
अभी
वो
admit
बट सिद्धार्थ आनंद भी तो कोई ए नहीं है, दैट्स माय
तो
हाँ
बन
पॉइंट.
गया है ना.
नहीं,
किसने
No,
बोला
नहीं. उसके
Raju
हिसाब से तो
Hirani. You guys say that Raju Hirani has a formula, and then you say he isn't an A. That doesn't
he
really
has a
compute.
formula but
he has a
that
formula. Does
that does not
इसका
qualify. I mean,
listen,
Sanjay
listen,
Gupta has a
listen,
formula.
let's
Okay,
put, yeah,
even
तो
Dhruv.
है
exactly,
ना वो
exactly.
A.
No,
कॉपिंग में ए
he's
है. कॉपिंग में ए है ना.
हो गया संजय गुप्ता इज एन ऑटियर अगले दिन कल छाप देना सुबह
सर
ट्विटर पे
माइकल बे को बुला सकते हैं तो संजय गुप्ता को भी बुला ही सकते हैं, राइट?
Sanjay Gupta is an auteur though, क्योंकि the
हाँ,
green filter only he can use, nobody
हाँ,
else can use.
एग्जैक्टली. और बुरी
हो गया
पिक्चर भी,
सर बस
बुरी पिक्चर भी तो कंसिस्टेंट है उसके साथ. सो
हाँ. If we can call Michael Bay auteur, we can definitely call Sanjay Gupta auteur.
आई किड. हाँ, माइकल बे एक्चुअली इज एन ऑटोर. संजय गुप्ता
Michael
का
Bay is
मुझे नहीं
an
पता.
auteur. I'm not
यस,
discounting
यस.
that.
उसने तो
He is.
एस्थेटिक्स ही बनाए हैं अपने, लाइक जो भी
हाँ.
बनाए हैं. हाँ,
he's not made a film really.
अनफॉर्चुनेटली.
He's very much
ठीक है.
Bansali in that sense. But no, I'm saying that
This is getting into a really overall let's throw shade at everyone episode.
who all have we shaded? Neeraj Pandey, Sanjay Leela Bhansali,
छोड़ा किसको है
Listen,
आपने?
listen, the Neeraj Pandey
Vikram
shade I
Motwani.
completely get. No,
Vikram
don't.
Motwani is a very good, like he's
The
the
last
most
person,
diverse filmmaker actually.
yeah, the last person who threw shade at Vikramaditya Motwane among the three of us was me, and even I had to walk it back because I realized that I like Jubilee a lot more than I realized. So, chodo.
or you just like Prosenjit a lot more and you're scared of his fans.
I wish
No,
that
but
was the case. That
actually,
was
I
it.
do.
Anyways,
I do
back to
want to
Dunki,
say
guys.
this, right?
We are not running this episode to 2 hours today. We are going to
No,
be
no.
ending in 10 minutes tops.
The visual quality of the film, and again, Dhruv and I were talking about this. Pretty much everything we've said here already has been discussed beforehand by the three of us. But
Yes, yes.
I felt like uh, Hirani's films, in terms of PK and Three Idiots, were shot. So much of them was shot on location
Yeah.
that visually it worked, even if it was not particularly like shots didn't appear to be thought out that much. But like I think there's parts of Three Idiots that look really good,
I
especially
mean,
like
Ladakh looks
towards
very
the
good.
end.
So,
No, but Ladakh, I
Yes.
mean, Anil Mehta had said this: you stick a camera anywhere in
of
Kashmir or
course.
Switzerland, it's going to look
Like,
good.
but that's the whole thing.
But
I think there are some places, at least in the two films I've seen recently, like basically yesterday and today, where I can be like, I can sense like the whole shot composition, etc., being
yeah, but like
worked at.
MBBS is shot by
MBBS में
Vinod
iffy है.
Pradhan, so I mean,
MBBS is very iffy, but उसमें भी there are scenes where you can see that
yeah.
it is relying on shot composition. Like
I mean,
I'm
I
just
think
saying,
Vinod
उसके लिए
Pradhan was
secondary
juggling
आता है,
that
so
and
it's fine.
Devdas, which is very
Okay.
interesting. Yeah,
Interesting.
but no.
Anyway,
So
What do you
what I
guys
want,
think? What do you
what
guys
I
think?
do,
Yeah. No, you
what I
continue, then I'm
want
asking
to
you a
say is
question.
that the whole idea of shooting on sets and everything is great because naturally there's a whole economics model and like a logistical issue there, but it feels very much like a set. It doesn't feel
वो
like it's part.
artificiality वैसी लग रही
हाँ,
है एक्टिंग की,
yeah,
I think, and वो
both,
melodrama
and
की
it's a
वो
problem
double हो
both
जाती है.
here and in Sanju.
संजू,
Even
yeah,
Sanju,
संजू में तो was
the
big
place
time.
parts of it which are very clearly shot on a set look really bad,
Yeah.
and
उसमें तो
he's
फिर भी
got
एक्सक्यूज था कि
I think
हम
I
लोग
think
वो
I think the set
घुमा दिए
editing
thing
or
हैं.
something.
I
Yeah,
think the
Uh-huh.
set thing is also noticeable because of the lighting issue. I think the lighting generally is very flat. I think
and the
it's
three
yeah.
cinematographers,
There are three
which means you
Yes,
can't
cinematographers
have like a
actually. Yes.
stable visual
Stable.
yes,
because,
yes,
right, you're
yes.
changing what Muralidharan does to what
क्योंकि
whatever Manu Nandan does
yeah,
to what
क्योंकि
Amit Roy did.
क्योंकि you can shoot on sets all you want because logistically it makes sense and all of that, but shooting on a set doesn't automatically change discount the fact that it can't look good. I mean, Jubilee is a prime example of that. Jubilee has been shot on
Bhansali's film.
sets.
That is,
Bhansali's
yeah,
films are
even
prime
Bhansali
examples
stuff
of that.
looks amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they look amazing. Why is
But
that?
Yeah,
Because lighting, a stable visual
yeah,
palette, all of that
yeah.
stuff. None of that is here, no. And
yeah, like to me, the most interesting visual part of this film was Lut Put Gaya, which is shot by a
yes,
cinematographer of like tremendous skill. Pankaj Kumar
Hmm.
genuinely
is
think
on
that
camera.
that song is the only song which is memorable because this
Yeah,
soundtrack is boring as
is
hell.
wow, it's like
Yeah,
terrible. Like
it's boring as well.
it's about
Hmm.
as bad as the Sanju soundtrack, which was pretty bad already.
Hmm.
I don't remember any song except for the one where they do some Sonam Kapoor and him dance because it
Yeah,
showed up a lot in
You
promos.
remember that song? I don't even remember that song.
And uski tune I remember something
Uh,
like
Sonu.
that.
It was a rare song of Sonu Nigam to be,
Sonu Nigam's
Sonu Nigam
track
was
in this
singing
was
that.
decent though. It was
No,
used
no, no,
badly. Is
yeah,
different.
yeah.
yeah, it was
But like
used
he
badly.
sings very rarely now.
Yeah.
Sonu Nigam is basically the Amir Khan of singing at this point. 4 साल में एक बार
Wow.
आएगा.
नहीं आया तो था आपकी सैम बहादुर में.
Sonu
Yes.
Nigam. हाँ, but
हाँ.
like this year he's had a couple of songs last year, but it's not like
हाँ.
Arijit has successfully taken over his work, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think also Dunki ka main issue is also that the subject matter itself is so dark.
Yeah.
कि
And it's so complex.
हिरानी का broad no nonsense जो approach है towards comedy with all the
Hmm.
mouth organy soundtracky ding ding
Oof,
ding 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 and all
hell,
that all that
I
cartoony
want
music and all of that stuff. None of that stuff works, especially when you are showing ki there are all the people are in the similar
yeah,
ship, container ship,
अरे
and in the
but
container.
you were talking about this Amartya, we were talking before when you were doing cafe work.
Yeah.
Me and Varun were
when he
talking
was
about
making money and we were just loafing.
हाँ हाँ नहीं but I think we made decent
हाँ
points.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
नहीं नहीं we were talking about how that towards the end with Hardy there's the moment where he's like मेरी डंकी ये नहीं थी like जंग मतलब मेरी
हाँ,
डंकी तो तुम्हारे लिए वेट करना थी essentially like that right 25
Hmm.
years I've
25
waited
years.
for you that is my donkey not the I was like that's a fascinating conflict one एक person की donkey is like traveling with the like traveling with
Also,
actual
again,
traveling
that's
donkey and then
also again
other
that's
is
dangerous. That's dangerous oversimplification. That's
Exactly.
dangerous
oh it is
oversimplification.
I was like ये क्या है भाई ये सोच के नहीं लिखा क्या थोड़ा बहुत कि क्या
सोच के
मतलब है
नहीं
And
इसका
लिखा है
also
ना.
like
सोच
how
के
much are
नहीं
we going to
लिखा है.
give
That's the thing.
how much are we going to give Shah Rukh a pass for like venturing into this sort of territory? Because I feel like because Jawan had a certain tone, we could forgive EVM ki chori. But feel like here you if you're dealing with something that's really like Amartya said, also quite dark a subject,
It is
yeah
very
you
dark
need
subject,
to be
and
like
I'm not bringing
which
that up.
movie I was
Ki the
slightly
subject
reminded of
which
Kabul Express for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean
Which
it
I need to
makes kind of
rewatch.
sand
sense.
dunes ki wajah se.
Sand dunes की वजह से, ईरान की वजह से,
But they
all
have
that shit.
someone. They also transporting someone in that movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
The
mean,
time
Some
when
dude is
Hirani
Kabir
there.
Khan
and Kabir
actually.
Khan are kind of similar in that sense, broad strokes,
I
politics,
mean,
kind of.
Kabir Khan when he made Kabul Express was still good. Just,
Yeah, and
just
Bajrangi
saying.
Yeah,
Bhaijaan is good. No,
Bajrangi Bhaijaan is also good.
that's the better
yeah,
version of
but
this in terms of
then he
I
made
liked
border
eight.
83.
crossing and
I
all that and
I
everything.
liked 83 too. By the way, just
I
saying,
can't
putting it
stand
out there.
83.
वो छोड़
You
देते
He's
हैं.
people
a
are insane. You people
trash
are
can
insane.
of a film.
You
सर
people are
आपने
insane.
कहा
जरा तो
आपका सेंटिमेंटल रीजन है लाइक करने का तो मैं समझ गया बट उस पिक्चर में अच्छा क्या है ये नहीं पता मुझे हाईलाइट
What is your
रील है
sentimental reason for liking 83? Amartya, you must tell
नहीं
us.
नहीं वो तो
My
वो
dad.
है या
He won the World Cup, or he traveled
No,
with the
my
team.
dad. He loved cricket. He
क्रिकेट
loved,
या
quote, loved,
या
loved.
My grandfather also loved cricket. He watched the final, but I didn't love the movie because of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, my
Though
dad
I'm sure
passed
you
away
loved
on
your dad
2020. Yes. My dad
more
passed away
than
on
like
2020. The movie came out on 2021. Come the fuck on.
yikes.
Thoda to samjho. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
daily. So
even so,
that
I
I
mean, you can't
understand,
like
like
the
the
movie as a craft.
sentimentality of no. I understand the
Craft अच्छा
sentimental
नहीं है उस
appeal.
picture का. I'm sorry.
नहीं
He
नहीं but
turned the 60
picture
over ODI into 2020s. Okay, I'm like,
Yes, that is
picture
true. I am
अच्छी है
not
या नहीं है ये
disagreeing.
नहीं
I am
पता.
not disagreeing.
Yeah,
I am not disagreeing.
and Baman Irani is bad in that movie also.
मैं भूल
83 में
गया उसमें
अच्छा
है
क्या
भी.
था? We are not going to
It
discuss that.
ended.
हाँ नहीं नहीं
Sanjit,
83 नहीं
it
कर रहे
ended.
discuss. हाँ. Anyways, last final
No,
thoughts
no, no,
on
no, no, no. What I was going to say is the main
हाँ
question I wanted to ask. mm, The people are wondering, because of course people do at this point, कि कोई भी filmmaker का अगर कोई failure आ जाए, so they want to check कि past में what worked, and they are going to say past में ये था, अब ये नहीं है, इसलिए this movie did not work. Now people are saying कि because VVC
Vimal
wasn't
Chopra.
involved, this movie did not work. Now my
And it
question
did not
is
work
that
का
true?
मतलब as in like you mean like for
Yeah,
quality wise you
quality.
Quality.
mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not
Now my
Because these are
question
just
is, how
making
movies.
true is
money,
that?
guys. Like we are treating it like it's some box office bomb. No, no,
Yeah.
no.
Now my
Mhm.
question is that true? Because I genuinely don't think so as such.
I
Hmm.
think his two weakest films are the films where Vinod Chopra has been least involved, right? Sanju and this. So
Hmm.
he himself said that he wasn't particularly keen on Sanju as a film,
Hmm.
and that
Hmm.
when they sort of started the marketing of the film, he's like, Hirani has basically made the film by himself, and I have sort of held his hand initially, so he was very kind to give me a credit as a producer. I don't know how much involvement he had on that film, but I think
Hmm.
it's very telling that the sharpness that was there at one point to some of what Hirani used to do is definitely quite
Missing here.
absent.
But I feel it's subject matter also, no? Do
No,
you
but
think if he
there's
takes up
lots of space to pick like sharp
in
because
Sanju though? I don't think. Honestly, I
there
don't think there
isn't
is.
that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying
Sanju
VVC
में
is that
नहीं
film
है.
In
because
Dunki, you mean?
If we
Hmm.
compare
huh,
Dunki, if we
Hmm.
compare Dunki, and especially because this is also the same year that Vidhu Vinod Chopra came out with a goddamn
That is the
movie about
other
the
thing.
education system,
That
about the
really
that
education
does not
system.
do
that is
anything
a film that
favor.
really took flight like nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yes, full
I mean
donkey
that's
trip ही मार दिया.
it's just a bad like thing of like it just compare it because there is material to compare because there are scenes which are
Yeah, of
similar
course.
in terms of the coaching
Yeah.
sessions or whatever. And we discussed in 12th fail. I was like, I love how you know इसमें forced comedy नहीं है, quirky
Hmm.
characters नहीं है, and that's
Hirani is
all
like
in
dun,
this.
dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
शुरू हो गई मामू
I,
essentially.
शुरू हो
no.
गई मामू. Yes.
It reminds me of this AIB interview that an interview
This is
AIB did
actually an
with
interesting point actually Sanjeet is making
Ranbir
also.
Kapoor, and they were like, Hirani
आमिर की फिनेस का भी
has,
हाँ था. Yeah, true, true, true. But again, that's
but
again like
हाँ,
Sanjeet too is making my point. Ki there were so many collaborators with him,
with him.
uh, directly or indirectly.
But इसमें
Uh,
भी अभिजात जोशी है, मुरलीधरन
हाँ,
is operating camera. So
regulars are there, no? Some
yeah.
of
yeah,
them.
along with Kanika Dhillon.
Did
No,
you get
anyway,
any Kanika? I didn't really like
it's
get
half
any
Punjabi as a film. I think
half
she was
so it
only there
might
for
just be
dialogue.
more of a
हाँ,
writing
she did
I'm
the
not
dialogue
bringing,
draft.
I'm not disparaging her on anybody. I'm just saying the
yeah.
one key difference here is that.
I
And
mean
Vinod
but
Chopra is
I
absent.
it felt very much
And
like
Vinod Chopra's
a
absence. Yeah.
but it felt all very much like they've only written Abhijat Joshi and
Yeah, yeah,
हाँ,
yeah. I
Rajkumar
हाँ.
very much
Hirani.
felt that.
No,
I
so
don't
that's what
really,
I'm coming
I
to.
didn't really see. Yeah.
So
Oh, Sanjeet
before
is
Jaga,
asking to get warned, I suppose.
Yes, yes, exactly. I don't
no,
think there
no,
were.
Sanjeet, we are not warning you. You must suffer the same fate as us.
Yes,
We
yes,
are
yes.
not
I
helping
don't
you out.
think there were. I don't
Yeah.
think there
So
were,
what
honestly.
what I was
Yeah.
coming to was before Jaga Jasoos released, Ranveer Kapoor was doing press for it,
Okay.
and
But I'm
AIB
giving you
did
3 minutes में सर
yeah.
निपटाओ.
Huh.
हाँ.
So AIB did an interview with him, and they were like, "What about the Sanjay Dutt biopic?
Yeah.
Because how does a subject like that get Hiranified?" And I think Tanmay Bhatt did this bit where he was like, "उसमें क्या तू बंदूक लेकर आता है?" And it's tan, which is what I felt was the problem with this film. It took it took an intense subject and he just tried to like, what Amartya said about Archie. It was willy nilly, just apply it all over the
Yeah.
No, no,
place
but
and
again,
went nuts
again,
with it.
he didn't completely do it. He didn't completely do it. If he
That is the
completely
problem, I
did it,
think.
if he completely did it, that would have been a separate conversation. He didn't completely do
Hmm.
it. So when he
Half-hearted.
doesn't do it,
Hmm.
yeah, the darkness comes so on your face, it just shocks
Yeah,
you. Like suddenly the camera shows
I
a guy
yeah.
wearing his pant, and the
yeah.
a bucket containing all the feces and everything in one container
Yeah.
Or
in
that
a ship and
situation
something
where
like that.
Tapsi
Yeah,
almost gets raped, for instance.
yeah, yeah. And
Tapsi's
I'm
character
like,
almost.
That is a
yeah,
really I actually think that's not a half badly directed sequence. I just think it's a very awkward sequence put
To
together
shove
at a
into the
very
film over
awkward
there.
place.
shove
Yeah,
into
like
a
it just
film with the
Also,
tonality as
radio
light as
अपने
this.
आप बंद हो जाता है. That radio just
yeah.
shuts down
I mean,
automatically.
you
I
have
don't
to
know.
take a
Yes.
lot of logical leaps in a lot of Raju Hirani films, which I have realized also. So it's fine if you are
Mm.
willing to go with them. That is,
No,
of
not really,
course.
not anymore.
Not with this, I even wasn't, because I was. We have somehow escaped mentioning brain tumor.
Yes.
Just
Do
like
we
it
have to
escaped his attention till like the time he
I
was about to
last?
was,
die.
I I was like, उसको कुछ तो इफेक्ट होता होगा ना बीमारी का, जब वो कंटेनर में थी या कुछ. कुछ भी नहीं होता.
वो
जब
कंटेनर में
कंटेनर,
कहाँ होती है, कब होती है
अरे
वो?
वापस जब जा रहे होते हैं वो लोग
अरे सो
अरे
कंटेनर.
2 सेकंड्स
15
के लिए
मिनट
था.
अरे तो
2
उसमें
सेकंड
कभी
मतलब
भी
15
कुछ भी
मिनट.
नहीं होता. प्लेन में ऐसे लग रहा था कि खुशी खुशी जा रही है वो, कि सभी कुछ ठीक चल रहा है. लाइक ये तो था ही नहीं कि कुछ.
अरे
बट
ट्यूमर
पेरिल
में,
कहाँ
अरे
है.
वो
ट्यूमर, अरे
कंसिस्टेंसी तो है ही नहीं ना फिल्म में.
हाँ.
एंड
Wait,
ट्यूमर आई
you
वाज
are not, wait, you don't, wait, you are expecting logical consistency वैसे भी मूवी में नहीं है. Now you are expecting medical consistency. क्या
पहली
चाहते क्या
नहीं,
हो?
सी प्रॉब्लम ये
ऑलरेडी
है कि
ऑलरेडी ध्रुव
वो
ध्रुव एक्सपोज्ड हिज मेडिकल नॉलेज बाय सेइंग वो टकली नहीं है.
हाँ.
इट्स लाइक आपको कैंसर हो गया है, ये मिलिए
कैंसर
आ-
नहीं थी. नो, आई एम
आलिम
जस्ट
हकीम
सेइंग.
से.
No, no, no. My point was that at least in that we are not bringing that movie back because I'm going to explode then. But
ए
anyways,
दिल है.
कहाँ जा रहा है ये conversation?
do not. No, no, we are. No, no. Okay, wait. Let me get on track. Basically, the issue is that there are like again the moments in which these coincidences happen, right? Again, in his earlier films, there are moments where coincidences happen, but they feel very magical in
Organic?
a sense.
Organic?
Magical, yeah. There's a
Earned
they're dream.
almost.
Munna and Circuit in the jail are dreaming about. Munna's dreaming about Janvi, right? The Vidya Balan character,
Hmm.
and they're following him, and he's kind of drunk and babbling and everything, and it's kind of a play on the MBBS scene where the camera just moves slightly to the right and like she just appears, like almost magically she appears, but like she has really appeared, so like वो moment उसमें इतना fluidly जाता है, but whereas like in
अरे you
this
need
when
to, अरे वर्ल्ड इतना इनकंसिस्टेंट है, you don't buy into the world ना. टोनालिटी भी
I
इतना
suppose
इनकंसिस्टेंट है, you don't buy into it. वही तो
I
प्रॉब्लम है.
suppose I suppose ऊपर से उसको उसकी डेथ के बाद they use the scene of comedy again, which I was like very odd. I'm like the
Hirani has to end
tragedy
it on his terms.
very
He's
odd.
Yeah.
not going to end it on a
I mean
tragic
that
note.
that montage of the clips
That
was
is just bad.
Cool.
That is
atrociously
just,
bad. Huh?
yeah, that is just bad taste.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Which it's just proving
Doctor
the point
Dhruv,
that
PhD nurse. On that note, we need to sign off. On that note, I don't think this is going to get any better than this.
Oh, okay. See you guys. Thank you for joining us and thank you for enjoying our roasting session. Essentially, we don't plan to make our live streams that way. It just happened to be that we've discussed two films that we've not liked consecutively, right?
Yeah, yeah.
but we do
Archie's
like
and
dot.
yeah, exactly. We to
And
nahi,
to be fair,
Varun likes.
and to be fair, I did want to talk about another movie, but we clearly don't have time. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have time.
वैसे भी
अमर्त्य का रिव्यू
हवा में
पढ़
और
लीजिए
कोयला है.
प्लीज.
कौन सा रिव्यू, कहाँ का रिव्यू? वो
सालार का
सालार का
रिव्यू.
रिव्यू.
हाँ
हाँ
हाँ.
ठीक है.
Yes, yes.
If you are
कोयला 4.
interested, read. If you're
Yes, yes.
interested, read. Don't
हाँ
listen to
हाँ.
Varun. Go and watch this movie. I genuinely think Prashant Neel has made a better movie than KGF this time around. Go and watch this
Wow.
movie. Yeah.
Shocking.
Mm.
But anyways, do not. I don't want to say do not watch Dunki. I feel so bad saying that about a Hirani film. But do
Yeah,
not watch
don't watch
Dunki.
Dunki.
Yes.
If you're a Shah Rukh Khan fan, you have already seen it. My recommendation is do not watch it twice or thrice. It's enough. It's fine.
Yeah. हाँ एक बार देख के वो शाहरुख खान का ड्यू डिलिजेंस में भी करके ही आ गया, बट मैं
हाँ
तो
हाँ
हिरानी का
हाँ.
फैन भी था, सो इट्स क्वाइट सैड, बट
हो
एनीवेज.
गया और नहीं चाहिए.
So
हो गया.
to answer the question of that we asked, best SRK film of the year, guys?
Pathan.
वैसे जवान.
None. Done.
Tiger 3 बोल दो.
टाइगर 3 बोल दो.
देखी
बाबर भी
नहीं
तो
है
था.
सर.
मत देखो.
देखी नहीं. हाँ.
29
कुछ
को आ
नहीं.
रही है, तब देखना.
नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं इस साल. ये साल बर्बाद. ठीक है.
Box office doesn't agree with you apparently.
I know.